Hi, everyone, and welcome to Part B of our Production Tools Tech Tour. My name is Ken Kirschbaumer. I'm the editorial director of the Sports Video Group. And we have a great session for you today. Today we're going to feature Evertz, EVS, Nelco Media, and TVU networks in the second half of our Production Tools Tech Tour videos. If you've missed Part A, which you should definitely not miss, be sure to check it out. That one features Blackmagic, Grass Valley, Panasonic, Ross Video, and VizRT. Hi, Brad. How are you doing? Obviously, this is a two-parter on production tools. If people want to see what you had to say about the first question, they should see the other part, which will be Part A. This is Part B, and I think we want to kind of touch on another topic, which is the whole move towards home run production, at-home production, and REMI, remote production if you live in Europe. How do you see those workflows that are becoming more and more part of every show kind of changing what you're going to need or what manufacturers should be delivering, I guess, out of replay systems and production switchers and some of the front bench tools?
Yeah, so as we all continue this march that we started a number of years back and obviously have all ramped up at a really high level and scale here during COVID times, is that it really is the interoperability and the connectivity that's been a function of how we can all operate. And so, as we move forward into this new IP age and the term of COTS and all of that data movement and management that's out there, our goal is really to start to interconnect things more so that not only can we provide consistent resources for our teams, but also be able to do things faster, from being able to preload, pre-build, and set up equipment and interlinking systems together, because that's going to be the biggest part of this. Is that as we talk about this stuff, we talk about GREMI and REMI and HRP and remote production that's out there, is that the new goal of all this stuff is flexibility. And so it's having a kit that today on a mobile unit maybe that moves from a soccer match to a college football game to an NBA event, for example, here in the US, is really important in getting the utilization out. And so not only is it the same unit moving across with gear, but it's also tying into 2 or 3 different locations in a facility, or 2 or 3 different facilities across the United States in order to kind of make all this happen. And so that collaboration and that software and that movement of being able to manage that quickly and functionally in and across these differing zones is going to be very important to what we all do going forward. And so it's going to be really interesting to hear what all of our vendors have to talk about on this topic in the next couple of minutes.
Awesome. Great. Well, thanks, Brad. Let's get to it. And thanks again. And we'll see you soon somewhere.
Welcome to Evertz's SVG Tech Tour. One of the new concepts Evertz is excited to introduce is our Bravo Studio. The idea is to look beyond today's technology and embrace IP, including advanced orchestration with Magnum, dynamic collaboration toolsets like Dreamcatcher and Bravo, to develop more efficient and flexible workflows that incorporate both on-prem and off-prem technology. Derek Laus and Nima Malik-Manish can explain further.
Really, when we look at Studio of the Future, it's pulling together the components, the various pieces that we have that now make up our production. And so that's where orchestration comes back in, and this is why it really does matter for Studio of the Future. In this case, it is pulling together all of the pieces and parts from the various locations, and we look at on-prem, in the cloud, etc., to produce an event, to tell the story, create the game, news, etc. So all of this has got to come together in a way that is meaningful to our users. I need to do something at this time. That time could be now, that time could be in the future, but it's something that I need to be doing, or we want to do. And so when we look at this and we talk about the terms of events as part of orchestration, that event could be a game, it could be an encode or decode path, or a news event that we want to do. And then orchestration pulls together those pieces to create all of the components, all the software services to actually fulfill that event. So it goes right back to what orchestration is, pulling together the various elements to produce the desired effect, in this case our event, so that we can truly tell a story or create the content that goes together. What does all that look like? I'm going to hand that over to Nima, and he can go into a little bit more detail on how that pulls together.
Thanks, Derek. The first thing I think, and the most important thing, is you're basically breaking down the boundaries of what a physical studio is. You're virtualizing the studio, you're virtualizing user surfaces, and you can extend those to anywhere. A very low latency interface, any of our view interfaces, whether it's for replay, encoding, routing, shading, your cameras can now be extended to any location over low bandwidth. Even home internet connections, a 5 megabit per second connection, allows you to extend this user surface and allows your operators to operate like they were sitting in a physical studio. So now my operations staff could be in different regions, they could be at home, or they could just be spread across my facility, not being in the same control room protecting against the dangers of COVID. This also means your resources can now be anywhere as well. This could be an on-prem resource that you currently have. It could be an off-prem virtual resource or a hybrid. It doesn't matter. We can actually satisfy all the different models. You can have some on-prem and extend into the cloud. You can do this completely as a virtualized environment. So it's a flexible virtual studio of the future that allows you to change how your studio looks.
A new product from our award-winning Dreamcatcher lineup that is catching the attention of stadium and arena managers is our new DC On Demand. Back over to Nima Malik-Manish with more details.
Dreamcatcher On Demand is a revolutionary concept that provides fans with the ability to create custom replays from any of the broadcast camera angles through an intuitive touch interface. Each interface allows fans to create custom replays that was only available to replay operators on the broadcast trucks. With so many new viewing options these days, one of the main challenges for our venue partners is actually getting people in-house to watch the events. With Dreamcatcher On Demand, you're giving your fans something they can't get anywhere else. This is something they're going to tell their friends about and something they're going to come back in-house to use again.
Thanks, Nima. Another live production tool Evertz is excited to offer broadcasters is ProGuard. ProGuard is our live UHD 3G HD broadcast delay system. ProGuard offers flexible and comprehensive delay up to 30 seconds that include techniques that go beyond simple video switches and audio beeps. ProGuard is available in a software-based intuitive interface on View and other touchscreens for use remotely or on-prem. And finally, Evertz has quickly become a leading technology provider for major esports venues around the world. Mo Goyle provides a closer look at some of the broadcast knowledge we're bringing to the esports market.
What we've done is we've taken the technology that we've successfully deployed in some of the largest stadiums and arenas in North America, and we're bringing them to the venues that hold the largest esports events, such as the HyperX Esports Arena in Las Vegas. Our technology is going to take the highest resolution of the gaming systems that the players are using and allow the audience to share in that action in the highest quality and the most reliable way possible. You can move the video signals over an IP infrastructure or a 12 gig SDI infrastructure. In the case of IP, we move the uncompressed video signals from the player pods across the facility utilizing 2110 over a 25 gig or 100 gig network, reliably in the lowest latency possible in the highest quality possible. For 12 gig, we're doing the same thing. However, in this case, we're going to be leveraging our EQX UHD, which is our 12 gig SDI router, and move those signals over an SDI infrastructure between the player pods, the shoutcaster, the observer rooms, the front of the room, and the broadcaster.
Thanks, Mo. To learn more about any of these products and solutions, contact Kyle Mio-Bertolo, Evertz's Director of Sales, Sports and Entertainment, USA.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining me here during the SVG Summit. For those of you that don't know me, my name is James Stouflug, and I am the SVP of Markets here at EVS. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what is new at EVS, and specifically in our category of live production tools. So for that, some of you might guess I'm going to talk a little bit about today the LSM VIA. But before I do, I thought I'd take a moment to remind everyone what the LSM VIA unleashes in the market. For those of you who've already invested in the XT VIA series of server, we thank you for that. With the 700 plus servers already in use by many of you in the market, you've already built the foundation of what the LSM VIA system will enable. And I want to remind you briefly what that is.
At the heart of the world's biggest sporting events, XT VIA combines the highest video quality with extreme production power and performance. Built on over 20 years of experience, this latest generation of live production servers is designed to replay, edit, and produce content in the most demanding live environments. By embracing multiple video formats from HD to UHD 8K and supporting the highest number of super motion configurations in the market, XT VIA can deliver slow and super slow motion replays of the best quality. The server also provides flexible SDI and IP connectivity. It assures full interoperability with other third-party systems thanks to approved industry standards. All servers needed for production can be deployed on the new XNet via a field-proven IP network that guarantees fast and efficient media sharing of high-bandwidth content, secured operations with plug-and-play simplicity. XT-VIA is an incredibly scalable platform. You can start small with 4 channels and build your way up to 22 channels of super slow-mo to address a wide variety of markets and applications. XT-VIA, power and performance at the heart of the action.
So up to 22 channels per XT-VIA server, and when you combine that into an XNet VIA network, you're talking about 600 plus channels potential, depending on how you're using all of them. So that's the power of the network. And now with the LSM VIA, we introduce the next generation on top of that. By coupling an LSM VIA with an XT-VIA server, you're now going to capitalize on all that power. And we did this for you, the operator. Like I began 20 years ago, we really wanted to embrace those operators and the skills and the benefits that they bring to your production. By putting more at your fingertips, the LSM operator, we're letting you do more with that network of servers. With IP connectivity, we're making it easy to deploy, and we're bringing even more flexibility for where you put the servers and how you allow the operators to work from anywhere. With those pool of servers, we're giving you instant access to all those record trains with the touch of your finger. By letting you do more in a faster way, LSM VIA lets you embrace that technology and lets you tell better stories through all of those tool sets. So LSM VIA is not just a brand new product, it is the next evolution of what we've built in the industry of the LSM, and we invite you to come learn more about exactly how this tool is doing that. This is just the beginning of LSM VIA. We've got a lot more to come. You're going to see more updates coming, more evolutions of the power of that XT-VIA server unleashed to allow even more distant operations, even more flexibility for how you consume the content and how you interact with everything that the XT-VIA and the LSM VIA bring to that offer. So please know that we've taken what we created and now we've made it better. So for you as operators, we invite you to take a moment and go out to evs.com/replay. Please go to that link and take a look at our website. We've put a lot of materials there for you to learn and exactly understand all the capabilities we've baked into this system for your benefit. Please come learn more. And if you go to the product page, you will also be able to go and book a demo. So please take a moment. We'd like to make a personal demo just for you so you can come in and learn exactly what this is. Ask your questions at your own pace. See firsthand with one of our ambassadors exactly what the LSM VIA can do. Please reach out, and thank you for joining today. We really want to embrace live production from anywhere, and I appreciate your time. Have a great SVG Summit. Hope to see you all soon.
Hey guys, Philip Nelson here with Nelco Media. I'm very excited to join you today on the Sports Video Group tours for December. It's very sad that we can't be all together in person hanging out in New York, but here we are in the middle of a COVID crisis and we do what we got to do. As I mentioned, my company is called Nelco Media. We are a boutique reseller integrator based in South Texas, but we work nationwide. Our focus is truly though on workflow, because before starting Nelco Media, I was an executive at NewTek, the creators of the NewTek TriCaster, for over 20 years, and I saw that there are so many integrators and resellers out there that really just want to sell you a box. They want you to buy a box, they want you to go away until you need another box. But we started Nelco Media with a new concept, and that's really focused on the workflow. Because without the right workflow, all you got is a box that doesn't really do what you need it to do. So the product lines that we work with here are all the top lines. Of course, I do NewTek, sell a ton of TriCasters, but we also work with Ross Video, Blackmagic Design, LiveView, Sony Broadcast, do a lot of Sony cameras, Panasonic. But one of the things that really separates us from most integrators, resellers out there, is that we approach it from a 360-degree view. So we want to help you with any aspect of your live production workflow, including studio design. One of the problems with a lot of the studios that are popping up, because we're all in COVID, everybody's building podcasting studios, mini broadcasting studios. Our concepts when we come into these studio builds, it's more custom than just buying a desk from TV Set Design and throwing up a lighting grid. So I'll show you some examples of some of those. We worked with a client in San Angelo, Texas, and they had an old bank building that they needed to convert into a studio. We started out with basically a glass wall and a big room. We put in lighting grid, we built their control room, their vocal booth, and we did all their set design. And the crazy thing is we did that in less than 15 days from start to finish. With esports, it's a challenge because you're bridging in traditional broadcast workflows with esports workflows. The gamers come in with their way of doing things. And so one of the big ones we did was the Blackfire project in Las Vegas. We were a consultant on that. And that is a partnership between Caesars Entertainment and UNLV, and they built a mini esports facility there. Another area that's been really hot this year that I know a lot of you guys, especially in college sports, is creating more content around the athletes, around the coaches, and so we're seeing a lot of podcast studios get built. A big one we just finished was Joe Rogan for the Joe Rogan podcast. We did his video workflow for that. But one that I've been working with for many, many years is the legendary comedian Tom Green. And believe it or not, because of COVID, Tom is touring the country in a van, living in a van with his dog. So let's catch up right now with Tom on the road.
Driving around Texas right now, Tom Green here, and just hanging out with my dog Charlie. And we're driving around beautiful, beautiful Texas. Don't mess with Texas. And yeah, I just want to say Phil Nelson's the man. Phil Nelson, thank you so much. Phil Nelson, Nelco Media. Phil Nelson, Nelco Media, Texas, state of Texas, internet broadcasting. Thank you. No, I always appreciate all the technological foresight that Phil Nelson has brought to my life, introducing me to all sorts of great new technology, going way back to the early days of the TriCaster on WeboVision, which was my early internet talk show before they called them podcasts, out of my living room in Los Angeles. So I just wanted to check in, say hope everyone's having a good time, and I'm driving right now, and I shouldn't be. This is a hands-free state, so I shouldn't be doing this. But I'm in the middle of. Well, I'm in a very remote place, so it should be fine. All right, everybody. Phil, love you, buddy, and keep kicking ass and taking names. All right. Bye.
It's always good to hear about your adventures from the road, and thanks for giving Nelco Media an opportunity to work with you on your podcasting and video initiatives. If you'd like more information, you can contact us. Thanks again. I appreciate you, and hopefully I'll see you in person at the next SVG event.
My name is Curtis Stanley. I'm the Director of Solutions for TVU Networks North America. And what I'm going to show you very briefly is a high-level overview of TVU gallery mode, TVU party line and gallery mode, so that you can have fan engagements and your fans at home can be part of the production. This is used in multiple places across the country. What you see on your screen is a 1x2 mosaic output. Now this mosaic output can be varied depending on your needs and your sizes. So each of the individual persons within the party can be sent to an individual output for isolated outputs so that you can have them individually. You can have the mosaic as an SDI output simply by selecting a receiver, and your fans can see your control room or your program return coming back to them in real time. So they are part of the event, they are part of the production. So it is as simple as a two-step process like this. And again, depending on the size of your party, I'm looking at right now on my iPad and on a Surface Pro 3, I'm looking at a feed coming back to me in sync with the production feed, and I am part of it. So my audio can be passed through to the mosaic output, so you get real-time fan responses as well. So you're not waiting 4 to 5 seconds for, oh, I scored a basket, now I'm going to wait and get the response. The responses are within a second, second and a half, depending on network speeds and whatnot. So we have multiple clients using this. Again, you can have private conversations in here. Like I said, I can send these to isolated outputs, so if I've got a really engaged fan, I can send them to a secondary receiver without interrupting my mosaic output. Again, it's scalable based on the size of your needs, and it's easy to use, and we look forward to partnering with you in the future. Thank you.
Okay, so that wraps up Production Tools Tour B. So be sure to check out Production Tools Tour A. That features Blackmagic, Grass Valley, Panasonic, Ross Video, and VizRT. And again, thanks to our 4 sponsors in this session, Evertz, EVS, Nelco Media, and TVU Networks. Be sure again to check out all the other tech tours. They're all available on demand, and they'll be available in the future on YouTube. So be sure to check those out. And thanks again for your time, and we'll see you all soon.